I wanted to just follow up on a couple of things that we had here tonight. Gary, you asked a question of the Treasurer, and you're in a situation where you're lucky you've got work, you've got a home, but doing it tough. What you heard tonight, does that give you hope?
This year, no. No. Maybe next year. I like him. He seems like he knows what he's doing, and he's a Labor man, which is always a good thing in my books. So hopefully next year's budget, when everything settles down, we might have a different outcome.
So much of it is based on projections, isn't it? Who here feels as if inflation is going to come down? Because inflation seems to be the big cancer in this. That's why interest rates are going up. That's why so many people are feeling the pinch. Who thinks inflation is going to come down over the next year? Yeah, not too many. If it does, not enough. Not enough. Jessica, your situation, I think, touched so many of us here tonight. You're going to fall between the cracks, aren't you? Because you're going to move from single-parent pension onto job seeker, back to single-parent pension. Yeah. Listening here tonight, did that give you a sense that you might be able to get over this hump? You may be able to deal with that and then also build a future for yourself?
I mean, the goal is to find a job so that the policies won't have any effect, and I will have sorted it myself. Thanks, guys. I am still unsure what I will do in that situation, and I also don't quite agree with September being the closest, like the earliest they could do it. They're the government. They can do it if they want to.
Well, as we said, good luck, and good luck to you, Ivy. Hey, did you enjoy the program? Did you? You're on television tonight. We saw you. We saw you. Jim pointed out the students behind you. Yeah. What brought you here tonight, and what stood out from what you heard?
Well, I think as we hear more and more about this, and we're all in Year 12, and so politics is becoming something that we're all increasingly aware about, and we have much more conversations at school about it, I think it is becoming a greater concern, especially as Claire up there raised with HECS debt, something that we're looking at now that we go into university, and even seeing the challenges that we face into the future. I think looking at what this budget does for us as the next generation going forward was what really brought us here tonight.
Do you have optimism about the future?
I have confidence that it will improve, but currently, right now, I'm a bit concerned.
Yeah, same with me.
Who said they don't? Okay, let's go up. Let's go up here. I heard that from the back here somewhere, but it's always good to get, different opinions. I'll just pass this across. Thank you.
I don't want to talk. No, I just think it's a load of crap. That's what I think. I feel like everyone asked a lot of questions, but he was trying to avoid them or not telling us a solution. He was just telling us a probability, pretty much. That's not what we need. We need the truth. We need to know what he'd been spending all the money on, because that much money being gone, where the hell did it go?
Thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you. There were questions about HECS, and I wonder if anyone else here is experiencing this at the moment, is dealing with a HECS debt. Oh, down the front here. Dealing with a HECS debt and seeing that indexation going up. He did say that as inflation comes down, that HECS debt's going to come down, but it looks like a long way away, doesn't it, when you're paying off a HECS debt now, getting a job and trying to think about a mortgage as well?
Yeah, it's hard. I've been doing the calculations, trying to figure out what my situation is going to look like, and I think one of the main concerns is that when you've got a HECS debt, that ends up growing as a result of your compulsory payments not, reaching what the CPI is adding to your debt. It's a bit discouraging and affects your borrowing power and other things as well. So, yeah, we're hoping that inflation goes down, but at the moment, not a lot of people agree, and just concerning because you never know what's going to happen next year.
I want to ask about housing because there were so many questions about housing. Who here is experiencing this housing crisis at the moment? Yeah? Definitely? I'll just come here, and there's someone else down here I want to just come to in just a moment. In which way?
The rates are going up, and the repayments are going up, and at the moment I'm not employed, and I'm just trying to do casual work, so I can't keep up with the repayments. So I should go down to the bank and say to them that I can't pay anymore.
Does the bank listen?
The bank I've got at the moment doesn't know. I did mention it to them early on in the year, and they weren't listening. But I'll have to go back to them eventually.
And there was one down the front here as well. What situation are you in? Is it about buying a home, having a mortgage, or just trying to rent a home?
Yeah, it's quite a mix of things. So I'm a daughter of a mother who's homeless, and at the moment a portion of my salary is going into paying her housing costs, and my rent went up 35% recently, which is quite significant for someone in that financial situation. And so, while I recognise that there's baby steps in this budget that are being made and, they're welcome, that little bit of relief is welcome, what we really need is something like strides, something really big to shift things. And that means honest, hard conversations about redistribution in this country. And I really hope that that's what's next.
I think it's a good point to finish on because it is what's next, and I think the question was raised tonight about taxation reform and about redistribution of wealth because we're continuing to see a wealth gap. But can I just say again, it takes a lot of courage to come on a program and to share your stories and to be honest and to share those concerns publicly. And thank you to everyone who did that, and thank you to everyone in the room who supported the people who did that as well. It was really appreciated. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed tonight. And thanks again to the Treasurer for fronting up. It's not easy to turn up and front people, so thank you. Have a good night.